with a loud voice. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away, every one from their religion of their fathers. So if you obeyed the king, you fallen away after the religion of your fathers. You're gonna fall away from it. All right. That's what all the other nations are doing. So that's why, and the brother said at the camp, you know, you see Esau come away. These other nations come here. You might have a Chinese, or you might have an Arab come over here, and they wear suits and ties. All right, they basically fall away from their father's religions. All right, becoming a friend with this devil, the so-called white man, the Edomites. All right, but this is what Mattathias is saying in verse 19. It says, "Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give us consent to his commandments, yet will I, my sons, and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Yahweh forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left." So that was a very bold statement. Now basically he made a statement. He's going to trust in the power of his fathers, rather trust in the might, all right, in the might and power of the wicked, which is Antiochus, all right, which had men send messages to the men of Israel to become one people. All right, nah, man, you can't do that to a man of the Lord, man. A man of the Lord is zealous in the laws and ordinances, all right, of his fathers, man, and is mindful of the covenant that Abraham and Isaac made with Jacob, and the blessings and the promises that's going to come upon those people. All right, but see, our people these days, all right, they believe in the might and the shadow of the wicked, all right, and the benefits that come with it. All right, but Mattathias, he didn't, and his sons didn't, and that led to a great uprising in the land of Israel. All right, and today you would call Mattathias and his sons terrorists, man. All right, because back then the Greeks had authority, man. All right. Verse 22, it says, "We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left." Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. So you had a simple nigga, basically, that volunteered to be the first one to sacrifice, man, to do the sacrifice against the Heavenly Father, man. And this is what happened. It says, which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled, neither could he forbear to show his anger according to the judgment, wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. All right, so Mattathias wasn't having that shit, man. All right, and he was put to death, man. The guy that went to sacrifice, that made the attempt to sacrifice at the king's commandment. All right. Hey, in these days you will face life in prison for that, man. All right, but we coming into that time, man, that these same things is going to take place. Back then it was sacrificing at the king's commandment. In these times it's about to be to take the chip, the mark of the beast. All right, now you going to have that zeal to do what Mattathias did, you know, in the spirit of however the situation may abound or may come, or are you going to have the zeal, or are you going to be that man that sacrificed, basically? All right, these scriptures is just examples, you know, and I'm just correlating them to the times that we're living in now. All right, it says compelled men to sacrifice he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. Hold on, what was that? Yeah, it said all right, verse 25, it says, also the king's commissioner compelled men to sacrifice he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. So hey, he even killed the king's commissioner. Alright. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of Yahweh, like as Phineas did unto Zambri, the son of Salom. And going back to Numbers 25 and 7, what we read earlier. Alright. He had that same zeal to turn away the plague from Israel. Alright? Because guess what? That was a plague as the king came in and he had other men in Judah do the same thing that they was about to do in Modin, which is follow after the king's commandment. That was a plague going in Israel. Because everybody was doing it. Because everybody feared death and feared the power of Antiochus Epiphanes' army, man. Alright? They didn't want to die. They wanted to live, basically, under the shadow of the king, who is the wicked. They didn't want to follow after the Heavenly Father, man. The laws, the commandments, the ordinances. Alright? Verse 26, it says, thus dealt he zealously for the law of Yahweh, like as Phineas, and unto Zambri, the son of Salom. And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. Alright? Whoever is zealous for the law, zealous of the law, and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. Alright? Because you had men that wanted to follow after the king, at the king's commandment, and leave his religion, leave the fathers. And you had men that was zealous of the law, alright? That was zealous of the ordinances of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, alright? They followed after Mattathias, alright? And hey, I'm gonna leave the video here. Lord's Wild continue at another video to bring out the point that I originally wanted to bring out. Hey, but call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakakodash, hey, the water. Double honors the apostles and the elders, a great millstone. A salutation to you brothers is pushing the word in sincerity. Next episode, shalom.